reports are saying that Rashford will most likely be leaving Manchester United soon, and is also going to make a statement when he leaves Manchester United. You know, I've just the thing about Rashford is he wasn't just him at Manchester United. I just feel like the player that Manchester United fans wanted to see was never going to come out as long as he was at Manchester United. I feel like the club was limiting him. You know, first of all, Rashford came into the scene with two amazing goals against Arsenal, two amazing goals also in the Europa League in the Europa League where he played. I think that was his first game for Manchester United where he scored two goals. Also scored two goals against Arsenal, and that showed that the guy was really special. I think he was around 16 or 17 then, and it just showed everyone that he was really special. And over the years, he actually did a lot of amazing things that showed glimpses of his brilliance and the potential he had to be one of the best players in the world, but he didn't actually materialize to anything. I feel like this is mostly down to Manchester United as a club. You know, let's not just blame only Rashford. You know, there are a lot of players that have come into this Manchester United team and they have not done well. Players that we expected to do well. I mean, you know, look at the plethora of good player, quality players that have come to Manchester United and flopped. Why did we even expect Rashford to do different? I mean, Manchester United have a culture of bringing in young, bright players, and after a season or so, they die off. I mean, we saw Ian Mizai, we saw Paddy McNair, we saw Wilson. You know, there are a lot of players that have come into this Manchester United team in the past, and they have just not been them. They have not actually achieved anything afterwards. And you know, I don't know if it's because of Manchester United or something else, but you know, if something is not meant to be, probably is not meant to be. I feel like, me personally, I feel like Rashford would have been better off if he had left Manchester United much sooner. But the thing with English players is, you know, they usually are not as ambitious as other players from other parts of Europe. You know, they usually don't want to leave the Premier League or leave the boyhood club that they grew up in. You know, if they started in Chelsea academy, they always want to play for Chelsea. If they started in Manchester United academy, they always want to play for Manchester United. If they started in Manchester City's academy, they always want to play for Manchester City. And this is something I think always limits English players, not just the clubs, but also they always want to play in the Premier League. You know, Premier League being the biggest league in the world and all. But you know, sometimes you just have to go out of the comfort zone to be the player that you want to be, or be the player that we expect or you have the potential to be. But you know, this is not something that a lot of young English players want to do, and they more or less end up, you know, not doing really well. And you know, it's just sad to see that Rashford's Manchester United career has gone this way. I mean, there were glimpses of the kind of player that he could have been if, you know, he was in the right state or in the right club, but you know, he didn't actually come out. He might actually still come out because he still has a lot of time. Yeah, he's 27, I think, and he has a lot of time to, you know, build his career up a little bit. You know, he's still 27. He still has a few years to play in his prime, and you know, if he gets a good move to a good club, maybe he can show the world why he's still one of the best players to come out of England in the past few years. So let's just see how it goes, guys.